Hello?
Hello, Jughead. This is Archie. Come over right away. It's a matter of life or death.
Oh, relax, Archie.
Attention, all true believers. Marvel Comics is on the air.
The friend of the unfortunate, enemy of criminals. In reality, Dan Garrett, a rookie patrolman, loved by everyone but suspected by none of being the Blue Beetle.
Boys and girls, your attention, please. Presenting a new exciting radio program featuring the thrilling adventures of an amazing and incredible personality. Faster than an airplane, more powerful than a locomotive, impervious to bullets.
Up in the sky, look! It's a bird! It's a plane! It's Superman!
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, happy Monday. Happy
Monday.
Cyber Monday, I guess, huh?
Well, that's right. So these people have to buy everything.
So, they're trying to make, originally it was compete with Black Friday. I think now it's just after Halloween, the sales start. It's just the way it is.
Found out from a small business that what I thought Cyber Monday was is not, in fact, what I thought it was. And you're just supposed to buy stuff online.
What's up, bud? What's going on, Robbie?
Just chilling. Excited to be here on this exciting Cyber Monday with you two fine gentlemen. How about that?
So the movie fest is Jean-Claude Van Damme?
That's right.
Is that what you're doing?
We're in Van Damme December. Like our number one most viewed video of all time is Cyborg starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. So every year we dedicate a month to the great Jean-Claude Van Damme. And we kick it off tonight with Double Impact. So that's going to be super fun. What a great
That's right. That's where he has a twin, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember
And
that
that's
one.
the first time that Jean-Claude is playing two different versions of himself in a movie. He does it again in Time Cop, the replicant. This is like his shtick, apparently, right?
So
I was just talking to Jim outside, talking about when movies are good, talking of cinema, or when movies are like 80s good or 90s good, like Universal Soldier good. If Universal Soldier at that level came out today, you'd be like, oh no, this is like an AI thing. When Universal Soldier came out, everybody's jaw hit the floor, eyes were popping. It was the greatest thing they'd ever seen. People who didn't like it, you'd be like, go to sleep, Grandpa. No one cares.
So how was everyone's Thanksgiving?
It's what it always was. I didn't travel this year for various reasons. We were supposed to be down in Myrtle Beach at the last minute. The plug got pulled on that. My wife was sad. I was not. I reached out to a couple of my friends, and she's like, "We don't have anything to cook and prepare." And I'm like, "No, we don't." So I called a few of my friends from the group. They were like, "Come over and get whatever you like." So
I was amazed looking on the Facebook page that you're involved with. I'm amazed at how many restaurants are open on Thanksgiving evening. I was shocked. I never
make
realized.
up for 2 years worth of lost income.
That's true.
The ones that still have the original owners. We live in a world now where, 50 years ago when I was a little kid, nobody would think of going out on Thanksgiving.
Right. I was amazed at how many people were asking, hey, do you know of a place that we can go? And there were a plethora of suggestions that came up.
Thanksgiving was the last night Smile 2 showed at the theater. And was it? They had 132 people in like a 150-seat theater on Thanksgiving.
Jesus.
I can't think of a less Thanksgiving-y, but a more fun movie to watch right now than Smile 2.
So, yes, Marcus, I said plethora.
Plethora. So we sort of live very differently now. People go out after Thanksgiving. Like, there were some bars locally here that were promoting, like, Dranksgiving, where you've had enough of your family. And people were just heading to bars. You know, they were getting mom and dad or whoever out the door. Take the turkey and the older, you know, go. And they were hopping in their car and they were shooting over to places like, you know, Jay's Elbow Room, which is a well-known local dive in our area.
It's a dive.
There were so many people at Jay's Elbow Room. A friend who's a cop told me they took over the parking lot at the gas station next door. People couldn't get through to get gas.
Wow.
Because people just pulled up and parked. And the guy's like, hey, you can't park here. And they're like, happy Thanksgiving.
So how about you, Rob?
Had a great Thanksgiving the night before. Me and the girlfriend went out. We went to karaoke. The Wednesday before Thanksgiving's like one of the biggest bar nights in the country, right? You know, a lot of kids coming back from college, just a lot of people going out the night before Thanksgiving. So that was super fun. And then Thanksgiving was great. You know, I'll tell you what, I can always count on my family for having the driest, most boring, nasty turkey of all time. But we did have some good ballin' deviled eggs. So, but it was great to hang out with my my family and my friends and spend some time off of work just to, you know, enjoy time with the loved ones. And that's what Thanksgiving's really about, is being appreciative of the people in your life and the good food that they can make or the crappy food they can make. And the biggest this year was that my sister is divorcing her racist bigot husband. And it was the greatest Thanksgiving ever. So there we go. I didn't have to deal with that this year. So that
I always thought Thanksgiving was the parade, the dog show, and then the beginning of Christmas movies while my wife puts up the tree. When I hear all this heartwarming family stuff, I'm like, this is why you won all those awards. I don't have any awards because I tell people, yeah, Thanksgiving's about gluttony in the parade, man. The dog and I are asleep by 2:30. But I was at an Alton Brown show, and during the Q&A part of his Alton Brown show, they asked him who had, because like the whole part of the show he did was North or South.
Right.
Because he's lived in both areas for a long time. And they asked him different things. And they asked him about Thanksgiving. And he thought that was interesting. He's like, I have to think for a second. He said, I will say this for what it's worth for my opinion. And to me, Alton Brown is, you know, if that guy says it, I take it as legitimate.
Oh, dude, Good Eats is one of the best TV programs of all time.
Yeah. Yeah. The South has better sides.
Makes sense.
Which I wholeheartedly agree with. He talks about, to this day, he still does cornbread jalapeno stuffing in a pan. It's dressing when it's in a pan. It's not stuffing.
Right.
He said the bird, however, especially because now, the last 10, 15 years, the massive amount of Pennsylvania redbreasts and all these heritage turkeys, it's become like it's become almost like a growth market. Like, I can't remember the last time I bought a frozen turkey. I go out to somebody's farm in PA and I get a turkey and the flavor is so much better. He said the North is probably doing turkey better now, and the South is probably doing the sides. Gotcha. He said, so in an ideal world, I'd probably try to have Thanksgiving in like D.C.
Somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere between Richmond and D.C.
You're
right at the Dixon line.
He said, or, you know, he said, for example, if you live in New York City, try to marry a girl from New Orleans. You know what I mean? Like, right. And I love the way he said it, like, you know, because, and then somebody asked him, he said, well, and then he said, this really only holds east of the Mississippi. He's like, west of the Mississippi, they're eating like tacos for Thanksgiving, and God bless them, but no, that's no part.
They're having like a Southwestern guacamole infused turkey.
That's exactly what he's saying. He's like, I love avocado. It should not be on the Thanksgiving table.
So
one of the most traditional Thanksgivings I ever had.
I actually complained a lot during my family's dinner, because ever since my mom and my grandmothers have passed away, Thanksgiving dinner has gotten really bad at my family's gatherings, right? The stuffing's not there. My bad. The dressing is not quite the same. We don't have banana pudding because nobody wants to make the banana pudding that my grandmother made because they feel like that would be a disservice. And I'm like, no, we got to keep these traditions alive, right? But I go there. Here's the thing. I saw Bar Lord say this. All right, well, if it's dry, bad turkey, just cover it with gravy. Here's the problem. For some reason, my family's decided we're anti-turkey gravy on Thanksgiving. They're anti-cranberry sauce. They're anti-pecan pie. They're anti-banana pudding. It was crazy. So I'm actually, and then my girlfriend looks at me and she goes, well, you know what that means. Next year, you make the turkey. You make the banana pudding. You make the gravy. You make the banana pudding. Make the stuff that you miss. So I might do that next year.
I was going to say, Robbie, I've seen some of your cooking stuff. Your girlfriend's 100% right. Not to jump in the middle of a boyfriend-girlfriend dispute, but she's 100% right. And I'll tell you how I know she's right. When my dad passed away and his brothers passed away, they owned various food businesses, right? So our Thanksgiving was here. By the time I left high school, my dad and both of his brothers had passed away. So Thanksgiving, 18, 19 years old, awful, tragic, just absolutely tragic. Frozen butterball turkey overcooked, both overcooked and undercooked, parts of it burned, sides straight out of boxes and defrosting. My mom wondered for a while, like, why I was always working on Thanksgiving. And I'm like, well, first of all, as a caterer, I can make a lot of money on Thanksgiving. But the reality is I would have told her if I was working, if I was doing nothing. Because I just sit at home and make better food than that. And legitimately, our family's Thanksgiving, which was a big deal, has sort of split off into groups now, and people have moved away. And we haven't had that kind of dinner in a while. And when I was like 30, I hosted a Thanksgiving dinner, which was a little bit of a family reunion, and I cooked everything. I'm not to toot my own horn, but everyone turned up because they knew that with new cooks, they weren't getting stuffing from a box and jelly from a can. And you know what I mean? They weren't getting the deviled eggs from ShopRite that had been made 36 hours before. So Robbie, you know, I give it some thought, man, because you've got some skills. I've seen them.
Thank you. I definitely will. I'll at least bring a jar of some Heinz turkey gravy next year, you know, at the bare minimum, right?
In a flask.
But one funny thing that happened is like, okay, it's time for dessert. I'm all excited. I go and I see this beautiful cheesecake, right? And I love cheesecake. So I get me a big slice of this cheesecake. I take a bite. I look at my sisters and I go, who made this cheesecake? And they're like, why? I'm like, this is sour. This has gone bad. This cheesecake is really, something is off. You know, it's like that scene in 28 Days Later when Christopher Eccleston's like, these eggs are off, man. Like, you didn't even notice. And then they look at me and they go, Robbie, that's a lemon cream pie.
With that, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah. I was like, well, that explains it.
So good news is you didn't get food poisoning. So
that's true. Right? I thought I was, man. I was like, nobody eat this cheesecake. They're like, what cheesecake?
Oh, yeah. People were like asking me, did you cook? Did you cook? I went over to my friend's bakery. I got a huge loaf of their bread, and I just made the biggest gobbler I could and wrapped it up in like 4 packages. I brought it home. Then I visited my friends over at Haddon Culinary, their market. And the guy's like, dude, don't worry about that. So they kind of set me up with all this different, you know, oh, do you need cheese and crackers? Yeah, sure. So my wife gets home and she's like, were you able to find anything? I was like, at first I played it off. I'm like, a little bit, but it's probably not going to be what we're used to. And then she goes out to the truck and she's like, what is all this? I'm like, happy Thanksgiving. Nobody cooked or moved a muscle for 4 days in my house.
So I was actually on the road. I forget who lives in the Massachusetts area. We talked about it last week. And turns out I want to say it was Commander in Beef, but I might be wrong. Turns out my cousin lives in Arlington, Massachusetts, not Taunton, Massachusetts. So I was wrong. Believe it or not, it was not bad traveling on Thursday and then returning on Friday. The roads were not bad at all. It was kind of amazing.
It was bad the other way in Delaware because you had a dump truck plow into an overpass.
I saw that.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
and that entire state, Delaware's not a giant state to be clear, but that entire state was cut off and the 95 corridor closed.
Yeah.
For I think 6.5 hours.
Yeah, right about that.
And people suddenly discovered bars on the Jersey side of the Delaware Memorial Bridge.
There's like a random IHOP in Delaware that had the biggest day of their.
Somebody actually said that there's like a random truck stop in Delaware that suddenly had more business than they've ever had in their life. There's like a Dunkin' Donuts in there, a Starbucks in there. I think there's like maybe a Cracker Barrel's in there. They were mobbed. like 3 deep, waiting for macaroni and
Some
cheese.
poor cashiers are working on Thanksgiving at a truck stop, and they're just like, "What is going on? I hate my life so much right now."
Hey, Robbie, with the holidays, things got a little bit backed up. So I probably just have not had a chance to do that for you. All right. But it's no concern, bud. All right. We'll get that done for you.
That's exactly what happened. There were people, they had an interview with a lady that has like a kiosk in some corporate building. And all of a sudden they were like, hey, and she said, I sold out every cup of coffee and every piece of cake I had in like an hour. And they sat in the parking lot waiting for the all clear.
What else could they do?
I mean, Delaware is not a huge state. And
no, and 95 is...
95 is its primary sort of artery or whatever. So, but thankfully, people traveling north. One of the guys I know drove up to Canada.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
And he said, I can't believe I made great time. You know, it wasn't crazy. There's always horror stories.
On the way back, even the George Washington Bridge wasn't bad.
Somebody else said that. Somebody said that in one of the group.
Not bad for George Washington.
Well, that's what they said. They said, I'm leaving New York. And the worst part of my Thanksgiving is driving back to Jersey from New York. It just wasn't that terrible.
It wasn't. Thursday and Friday was not bad. I don't know how it ended up with the rest of the weekend.
Hopefully everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Next year, I can't wait to see what Robbie's menu is.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just going to pay you to cater it, John, is what I'm going to do.
He's going to gun for trophy 6.
He wouldn't make it for his wife. He ain't going to make it for you, bud.
No, the truth is when we have family get-togethers, now we kind of do it there's a building where we rent a condo. It's like it's like half the one floor. It's multiple bedrooms. And our family comes and stays. You know, it's sort of like one of those like beachfront sort of places.
Right.
And, you know, people come and they have a great time. And my wife comes from a big family and everybody lives all over the country now. So when we're down in Myrtle Beach, she's so happy. They're having a blast and everybody's cooking just like they did in the old days or whatever. And everything's great. I'm fine cooking it, like whatever they wanted me to make. The last couple of years, I made a turketta, which is like a porchetta, but with turkey.
Gotcha.
And I think a turketta is primarily like a Northeast Italian American thing. Because when I talk to people about turketta in like Texas, they're like, what are you stuttering? What's the matter with you? It's sort of like a roulade turkey and it's filled with all the, you know, the stuffing or whatever.
Right.
All the stuffings, trimmings, or side dishes or whatever. This year, where it was just my wife and I'm like, I probably worked 18 or 19 Thanksgivings in a row. I'm good.
All right. So quick shout out to everyone in the room. All right. So TJ, CJ, Bar Lord.
I think it was Stevie. Somebody asked about the turkey business.
Burrow, what's going on, man? Marcus.
Somebody asked about the turkey business in the Amish. The answer to that is 100% yes. I have Lebanon, Lancaster, Pennsylvania County roots. I know people out there. They decided to bring back varieties of turkey, which they stopped raising because everybody wanted the same type of bird for freezing and butterball.
Right.
And now you can get these heritage type birds. They are absolutely delicious. But to be fair, the first couple of years you got it, they were real cheap. And now it's real expensive. So, you know what I mean? If you don't want your wallet to take a shot, you know, you don't want to drop like $190 for a turkey.
Right. Ed Weird, what's going on? Oops. Man, I really need to get a mouse for this thing. Let's see. Bar Lord. Corey, what's up, man? I think I got everybody in the room. Just trying to check. Why does it keep moving over?
We got a couple things I'm excited to show people tonight.
Yeah, another brilliant court piece.
Yeah.
The Batman.
Yeah, I see one down there in the front row I'm really interested in personally. But
all right, so it is Cyber Monday. So the last week we did bundle specials with the sketch covers. We're going to do that again tonight. But for Cyber Monday, we're going to go ahead and give anyone that claims something on the show tonight will get free shipping. All right, so that is a Cyber Monday, special. All right. Yeah, Marcus, CyberX. TJ, Rudolph is never appearing again. He's done. I told you. He's buried out back. All right. So to start off with, the giveaways. All right. So last week's comments giveaway has got to be TJ James, since he wrote a multiple post story. And he's getting Life with Archie number 36, signed by Mike and Gloria Allred.
Oh, man.
Congrats, TJ.
That's nice. That's really nice.
All right. And the giveaway tonight for Cyber Monday is I don't know, and Alberto. All right. So the giveaway tonight is Batman number 50, signed by Dan Jurgens. The hashtag will be hashtag EXP Monday, all lowercase. All right, there we go. You got it, TJ. I took one look and saw that you had a part 1, part 2, part 3. I had to give it to you, buddy.
My first signed book ever of Dan Jurgens I got from Nick.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep. This was a few years back, but I thought it was just super nice. He's like, hey, I don't know if they had I'm not sure exactly what it was, but Nick is like, here, have one. And I was like, oh, thanks. It was like one of the Superman issues from like the 90s that he'd signed. And I was like,
yeah,
this is great. And people were like, how'd you get that? Well, did you wait in line? Did you sit away for it?
Not exactly.
I just went down the road from my house.
Now it's become a regular thing for you. All right, so here we go. So as always, we got Dynamite 10-pack reader set. 10 random Dynamite titles, $3.99 cover price or higher, and we've got it as always for $5. Then, of course, we have the new revamped DF grab bag, 15 books for $10. And as always, we have the DF mystery box, 2 CGC 9.8s, 1 virgin, 1 signed, 1 exclusive, 10 random back issues, $200 guaranteed retail value. We normally sell for $100, but because it's Cyber Monday, we're going to do it for $85.
Oh, nice.
So you get two CGC 9.8s, 1 version and 1 signed, 1 exclusive, and 10 random back issues, all for $85. A guaranteed retail value of $200. All right, so let's get.
Oh, you know what we have to do?
What?
We have to ask Alex if somebody gets the Reader 10-pack, and an issue of Lord of the Jungle has to go in there. That book was so good. And I just, it sold okay, but it wasn't, not enough people saw it. And speaking of Dan Jurgens, and that take on Tarzan.
Okay, Triple B, you got it, bud. Hold on one second. Let me make a note here. You want Dynamite, go ahead.
I thought I'd seen pretty much every take possible on Tarzan. Dan Jurgens did an amazing job, and I started immediately pestering Nick to see if Dan Jurgens wanted to do John Carter Mars.
All right, so Lyle, yeah, we know about it, bud. So if you get a big enough bundle, we can always send it FedEx to Canada. That's one option that we have, my friend.
I just found out about this thing today.
Really? Yeah, we got word last week, maybe a week before. I don't remember.
All of a sudden, you're like, this Canada postal strike has to end. And I'm like, what?
And it's right before Christmas.
And I'm thinking it's right before Christmas. And of course, everybody's got a thing. The workers are wrong. The managers are wrong, whatever. I don't get into that. I don't work there, so I don't know who's right or wrong. I'm not even Canadian, so I don't know what's going on. But I thought, what an awful time. This is why they hurried up and ran through that thing when they had the longshoremen.
Right.
They were like, we are too close to Christmas time, man.
That would
give them what they want. We'll work it out later.
All right. So the sketch covers. All right. So we're doing deal tonight. So any two. All right. So they are normal price, usually $65, except for the court, which is $70. But we're doing a Cyber Monday combination bundle pack. Any two for $100. All right. So let's go through them. So first up, we got Justice League, No Justice #1 with Batman cover sketch by Jessica Court. Look at this piece.
I don't know. I can't remember the last time I've seen someone do Batman's.
I don't know what she did. There's actually kind of a relief to it, like it's embossed.
Well, what it is if you look at the inside of it, she makes it look like the inside of a bat. The inside of the cloak is a bat wing, right?
Yeah.
And the last time I've seen this, maybe Robbie's seen it more than me. The last time I saw someone do this was Kelly Jones.
There you go.
You know what I mean? I can't remember. You see what I mean? Like Robbie, like I said, if Robbie's seen it before, I'm looking at it's almost airbrushed. And I'm looking at the inside of it, and this just reminds me of when Kelly Jones used to sort of get real cute with Batman's cape, and it looked like wings, which I always thought was genius.
All right, so next up we got Vampirella #1 with Vampirella cover sketch by Kirstine Danica Lim. Suggested. Oh, I'm sorry. The Batman was suggested retail $149.99, and we have for $70.
Oh, that's totally worth $70. That's amazing.
All right. And it is part of the 2 for $100. Yeah, no kidding, right, Mr. Nope? So then next up, we got Vampirella #1 with Vampirella cover sketch by Kirstine Danica Lim. Suggested retail $149.99, and we have for $65.
We haven't seen this version of Vampirella in a while. This is from when Kate Leth did the book and sort of put her stamp on the character.
This one is also part of the 2 for $100 deal. Yeah. All right, so then we got Avengers #1 with Storm cover sketch by Tony Scott.
Oh, wow.
Nice, huh?
Yeah.
Suggested retail of $149.99, and we have for $65. Also part of the 2 for $100 deal. All right, so then we got Transformers #1 with Optimus Prime cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza. Suggested retail of $149.99, and we got it for $65 tonight.
Yeah, this one's really dope. I like this a lot. And he's got Megatron's cannon, which is a nice little like sly reference to the comic book right now. Really cool.
I wonder if Mariano's still outside. He's probably gone, right?
Probably not.
Because somebody just said, dibs on if Jessica Court does a Dynamite cover. And immediately my head went to Jessica Court doing a cover for Vampirella, but Vampirella Dark Powers, which is probably one of my favorite Vampirella books in the last few years.
Have you whispered that suggestion to the publisher?
Well, literally, Corey just put it. So it was like from Corey's post to my brain to it's 6:24. Don't we have to go to break?
Oh my gosh, yes, we do. Sorry, Jay.
Jay hates us.
That's all right. He don't hate you.
Jay's used to it, man.
All right, so we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Order Battle Quest comics at your local comic shop today.
By this time in our journey, we had been on the trail of a very elusive creature for about 96 hours. But all the hard work is about to pay off. Oh, crikey, there she is. Oh, by the markings, I'd say this one's at least a 9.8. Oh, she's a real beauty. A true mint copy. Oh, this one would make a fine slab on anyone's display wall. Oh, she's a feisty one, though. Look out, look out!
Mint Hunter Comics is the place to find that mint comic you've been searching for. Mint Hunter Comics, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, part of the experience.
Twitch, it's not just what happens when you have too many energy drinks anymore. Check out our content over there, too.
Hey, we're back. I don't know where John went. He'll pop in when he gets back. All right, so next up, we got Gotham War Battle Lines #1 with Catwoman cover sketch by Dan Neidlinger. This one's real nice. It's just a retail of $149.99, and we have it for $65. So the ones I've just mentioned are part of the 2 for $100 deal, so that you can get them individually, or if you get two together, they are $100. And today only, we got free shipping for Cyber Monday. All right.
Okay, hold on a second before we get back to Triple B just mentioned Court with a Purgatory cover. We joke around a lot about doing this in this group, but Corey mentioned it, Triple B mentioned it, and you said to me, have you talked to the publisher about it? I literally just walked into Nick's office and talked to him and Mariano, the art director, about it. Let's try to get a sense of if people have a particular Vampirella cover.
Claiming the Batman. Gotcha, Preston.
That you guys would like to see Jessica homage. I told him I wanted a cover from Dark Powers, but I would rather it come from the people in the chat. I would rather, I can always, I can always ask for that on my own. But if people have a Vampirella cover that they would like to see homage by Jessica Court, put it in the chat. If you don't get to put it in the chat right now, you're seeing this later, email Rex, because he loves to go through hundreds of your emails with suggestions. Well, I don't have Dynamite address. And we'll see about trying to make this happen in the new year. Because Jessica Court is just, that cover, I don't know if you just showed it a minute ago, but that cover's amazing.
Yeah,
and to get her to do Vampirella, I think Vampirella's her sweet spot. There you go, Corey.
I agree. She gets better and better. Not that she wasn't great before, but she has just taken it to the next level, if you will.
Well, this is almost doing sketch covers on demand. If we can kind of get a consensus from the group.
There's one cover I'm remembering right now. I think it was an acetate cover, but it was I think it was a Art Germ cover where she's pouring blood down her body and the blood is making the costume. That's I really like that one.
I remember. I know it.
So happy birthday, Kenneth. Coming up soon.
Happy birthday, Kenneth. So well, I mean,
Marcus, you cannot.
If you were watching this afterwards, hey, there's a Copper Tone Vampirella cover.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's going to be on the but Jay Lee is doing. It's really funny. We always talk about Copper Tone Rex. There's a Copper Tone Vamp cover done by Jay Lee, which comes out 2 or 3 weeks from now. It's for the holidays.
All right. So next up, we got Venom #1 with Iceman cover sketch by Tracy Medina. And we've got that suggested retail of $149.99, and we've got it for $65.
Have we seen Iceman before?
No, Alberto. We do not have Manic sketch covers. Not yet, anyway.
I don't know if we've seen that Iceman before. Is it supposed to be Iceman?
Yeah.
That's very cool. I don't know. I can't remember us seeing Iceman before on a solo cover like that.
All right. So that's a good point. I don't know. There's been so many, John.
I haven't been here for every single show, but I don't remember us doing Iceman.
I don't remember either. Oh, and anybody watching on Rewind, we will honor any price you hear tonight, including the Cyber Monday free shipping, if the comic is still available. You can still use the submission form link to contact us if there's anything you're interested in, and we'll let you know if it's still available or has been sold.
And Robbie, Robbie's idea is very strong for this. I will dig out exactly which issue and number it is, and kind of because there's been, let's be honest, there's been 13 or 14 different Vampirella series volumes.
Oh, thank you, mate, too.
So I'll try to find out which one it is and put that up in the queue. And what we'll do is maybe we'll try to narrow it down to a few. And then people can sort of weigh in which one they would like to say, because I you know what I mean? I've wanted to do something for a while with Jessica Court, like, something special, not just the normal, you send her a blank, she does a cover, that's great, blah, blah, blah.
So I just want to point out that this is such a great group. So it looks like Make 2 just gifted memberships to a whole bunch of other people to the experience, and we thank you, man. Thank you for doing that, buddy.
Did we get comp memberships?
You know. All right, so these 4 sketch covers are by Ken Hazer, but we got a different deal for this one. All right, so they are all Batman related. So you can get all 4 for 180, or you can get 2 of them for 100. All right, so these are pretty cool. All right, so first up we got Batman number 125 with Batman cover sketch by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of 100, and we've got it for 55 tonight. And you'll see why I made it this kind of Cyber Monday deal when you see all 4 of them. Then we got Batman number 125 with Robin cover sketch by Ken Hazer. TJ, is there any other kind of Batman?
Sometimes Batman's in a good mood. John, I figured it out too. It's Vampirella 2019 number 6 is the one I was talking about.
Sweet, thank you. I figured somebody would grab it long before I had a chance to go back there and start looking. But that is a great. Maybe what we'll do is if we get an image, we'll try to pop that up sometime and let people know. And all
right,
I will once again pester the publisher.
There you go. So suggested retail of 100, and we've got it for 55. All right, you can buy them both, Batman and Robin, for 100. Okay, that's a Cyber Monday deal.
Nice. I think somebody said, "Is there any other kind of Batman than Angry Batman?" And I am the absolute last person that should be speaking about
just said
Batman.
That.
But I would say animated series Batman is more Fleischer than Angry.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? I don't get the impression the Batman in animated series is more stern. Like, I don't know if he's angry so much as, almost like your dad. He's disappointed. Really, Joker? You poisoned the water supply of Gotham again?
Well, hold that thought.
As opposed to Frank Miller, where, Joker, I'm going to cut your arms off because I told you before. Stop doing that.
Well, hold that thought. Batman number 125 with Joker cover sketch by Ken Hazer.
That's really good.
Suggested retail of 100, and we have it for 55.
How long did it take Ken to draw all the bats?
Who knows?
I think that cover came that way. I just goofed, but
with him, you saw how he drew it before.
Watching him do the bats that day was creepy. It was almost like doodling, but it turned out to be like this amazing cover. I'm like, dude, you are wild.
All right, so the last one in the group, Batman number 125 with the Bane cover sketch by Ken Hazer. So you can get all 4 for 180. You can get any combination of 2 for 100, or you can buy them individually at 55.
And as Robbie likes to say, this is a great way if you've got some comic book fan friends on a Christmas gift list. This is a nice way to one-stop shop. Check, check, check. They're done.
Like one-of-a-kind creations here. You're not going to find these anywhere else, And here's the thing, I guess I'm asking y'all is, there's still time. Like if they order tonight, they're going to get this stuff before Christmas, right? There's still time, right?
Yeah.
I would say yes.
Unless you live in Canada.
I'm not trying to be a joker.
We'll have to find some way to get you the stuff.
Shop, but that might have to be like.
I don't know. I mean, I guess if you live in Canada and you pick up the bar tab, John might drive it to you. So.
That's actually. You know what?
Big bar tab.
It's not like that's a terrible idea.
All right.
Oh, you know what? We should do a contest, and the winner, we deliver the books to them.
Bye.
At Robbie's store. No, old man, you're gonna have to get out on the road. It's a road trip.
I can't get off.
I'll talk to once again. I will talk to the publisher.
Yeah, good point, Alberto. Once it leaves the building, I can't guarantee anything. All right, so 5-minute warning. Let's do a quick Rex cap. All right, so. Today, Cyber Monday, anything you claim tonight is free shipping. All right. So here we go. Dynamite 10-pack regional set, 10 random Dynamite titles, $3.99 cover price or higher. So $40 retail value guaranteed. And we have it as always for $5. Then we have the revamped Dynamic Forces grab bag, 15 books for $10. Indie Marvel DC Comics. All right. Then we have the DF Mystery Box. Two CGC 9.8s, one Virgin, one signed, one exclusive cover, 10 back issues. Minimum guaranteed retail value of $200. We normally sell it for $100, but for Cyber Monday, we're going to do it for $85. All right. So then we got Vampirella #1 with Vampirella cover sketch by Kirstine Danica Lim. It's just a retail of $150, and we've got it for $65. Avengers #1 with Storm cover sketch by Tony Scott. It's just a retail of $150, and we've got it for $65. Then we have Transformers #1 with Optimus Prime cover sketch by Joe Delbiato and Mariano Nicieza. And it's just a retail of $149. See you, Corey.
So he just made the big. He just did the suggestion and left. That's it for him for the day.
It's just a retail of $150. We have for $65. These 4 are eligible for the 2 for $100. So you can pick any combination of the 2, and we'll do it for $100 for Cyber Monday. Here's another one. Venom #1 with Iceman cover sketch by Tracy Medina. It's just a retail of $149.99, and we've got it for $65. Or you can get any combination of the aforementioned ones, 2 for $100. Then this combination of 4 by Ken Hazer. I can't believe nobody's up on this yet. Batman #125 with Batman cover sketch by Ken Hazer. It's just a retail of $100. We've got it for $55. But you can get all 4 of the Ken Hazer ones for $180, or any combination of 2 for $100. So Batman #125 with Robin cover sketch by Ken Hazer. It's just a retail of $100. And hey, Mike, and we have $55. Then we've got Batman #125 with Joker cover sketch by Ken Hazer. It's just a retail of $100, and we have this one for $55. And then Batman #125 with Bane cover sketch by Ken Hazer. It's just a retail of $100, and we've got it for $55. So including free shipping for anything you claim tonight, you can get all 4 of the Hazer ones for $180, or you can get 2 of them, any combination of the 2 for $100. What's going on, Jay?
So I just got to say, man, we're talking about the community and everything and how awesome they are.
Marcus.
Alberto just told Kenneth to pick out a cover for a birthday present.
Wow. No, I missed that. Was that in the chat?
Yeah, it's right here. I started.
Wow, that is so cool. So Marcus has picked up the Batman and the Joker. All right. Gotcha, Marcus.
Is that Jessica Court book still up?
Well played, Alberto. You are a pillar of the community, like so many other people here. So thank you all so much.
So yeah, no doubt. And Alberto bought a gift for me, Robbie, and Jay.
Look at Marcus. Oh my goodness.
Marcus is doing this. Yeah. Wow. All right, so this one's going to Kenneth. Got it. So Kenneth, are you still in the room, buddy?
Yeah, he's right there. He said I'd like to have. Let's see, DC. I'm sorry, my eye.
This one is going to Joker, is going to Corey. Gotcha. That's very nice, Marcus.
Look at that, Alberto.
Oh, my goodness.
I guess the 2 that are left, send those to him as well.
Oh, wow. That's
This is like the only claim show I've ever seen where people are like fighting to buy things for the other person.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
These guys, Corey and Alberto and Marcus, and you guys get a discount, of course.
Jay's at $6.45. I'm trying to.
Yeah, but you know what? It's okay this time because man, that's so great, dude. You guys don't realize how much that blows me away. Even if it's not for me, when it's for other people like this, that's insane to me, man. That's so awesome. I love these people, man.
That's because of other claim shows. They're so mean.
Yeah. Well, even if you could actually X-ray Rex's heart right now, it's growing 3 times in size right now. That's what's going on. Even Rex. Rex is the resident Grinch of the EXP, right?
Wait.
What y'all say?
I'm confused, Marcus. Where are you at here, bud? I'm totally confused.
Now I'm confused. Yeah, is Marcus buying all 4?
No. Marcus bought 2, one going to Kenneth and one going to Corey. And Alberto picked up 2, the Robin, the Bane, going to Kenneth.
Oh, they want to make sure they get the 4 discount, right? Like the all 4 at once discount is what they want
for
to
the 180.
make sure they get it for the 180.
No, you guys are going to get it for the 180 discount. No problem, guys. So
I mean, I don't know, man. If they want to be this friendly, I say charge the full amount, dude.
Robbie, the mercenary. Yeah, Marcus, of course.
What do you think one of those trophies is for? Economics.
That's how Robbie.
It's the end of the year. We got to have a strong quarter to end 2024, y'all. So we need to pad.
So, and weird, don't get crazy. I ain't resurrecting bobblehead Rudolph, okay? I'm touched. My heart has grown 10 times in size, but not enough to bring back Rudolph.
I know that's why Robbie ends up on thumbnails. Is that right there?
Yeah, look the final time, because that's the last time you're going to see it there.
Forget
all right,
Rudolph.
no.
Jim has a statue of Vampirella on his desk.
I'm okay with that.
Jim is working at his desk. Like everybody.
Oh, round guy, that hurts. It might be true, but it hurts.
Like everybody tries to do at Dynamite. They're busy working until I come in, and then there's distraction. But for once, I wasn't the distraction. Jim has like this 3-foot-tall Vampirella statue. I don't know where it's going. I don't know whose it is. It's in a massive box, and I'm like, dude, how are you getting any work done?
Robbie, she didn't retire exactly, but sort of. So Amy is in charge of coordinating and doing a lot of interviews with creators.
You can catch Amy
new projects.
You can catch Amy. She's done a bunch of interviews. I think she did one with Jeff Parker recently. She did one with Amanda Connor.
Amanda Diebert.
Oh, good.
Thank you. Yeah, she's done a bunch of these interviews, especially the ones that are like Disney related.
Yeah,
Gargoyle.
She's doing a great job with those interviews, and she's the one who anybody out there is always like my show when we do the interviews on PCP, or like when Omar at Near Mint Condition does these interviews. Like she is pretty much the one setting those things up. So I'm sure that she's probably the busiest person at Dynamite right now.
She did an interview with Tom Stigowski, and I've known Tom for a long time. We talk a lot, and he's like, this is way better than when you used to do interviews with me. I'm like, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
All right, so let's go ahead and take that break. Sorry about that, Jay. Let's go to break now. We'll be back in a couple minutes. Stay with us.
Programming on the EXP is made possible by viewers like you, or your local comic shop, or that Kickstarter you backed, or the publisher you like, or comic industry professionals who want to share a message with the world. Really, anyone who wants to advertise with us can. If you're interested in seeing a product you know and love, or are creating, or are publishing, or are involved with, advertised here on The Experience, and having your message shared with our viewers, please reach out by scanning the QR code below, or visiting our website and using the contact form.
Whoa. Whoa. Did you miss it? Yeah, they can go by pretty fast. Let's slow down the footage.
Welcome. It's time to skim some comics. Miles Morales Spider-Man, I will just tell you that Miles is very important in his role as a vampire. So
it's fine.
If you like Hercules, read it. If you don't like it, don't worry about it. It's fine.
The art is still stunning. There's a panel, little spoiler, there's a panel in this where Chitauri first hits Lion-O, and he is the best "did she really just hit me" face I've ever seen put in a comic book.
Wow, live reviews of new comic books so you can be ready for New Comic Book Day. What is this? Oh, I see. It's Minute to Skim It. Part of the experience.
In a world where you hit like and subscribe on our YouTube channel.
That'd be really great, thanks.
Hey, we're back. All right, so now we've got the back issues from that collection we've been working through. I don't know where John is. There he is. It's wandering around.
I'll tell you where John is. John is busy setting up the mechanism.
But
of how
you want to shut that door away.
John is here setting up the mechanism.
Thank you. The reason I asked you to do that is that Alice was in here all day today, and I didn't realize how loud we were.
No,
we're not this loud.
I was just over in Nick's office talking to Nick and Mariano, the art director, and setting up a way that we're going to, people will make suggestions, and we'll grab thumbnails of the cover. I'll put them in an email and send them to Mariano and say, look, you, Nick, I don't know, for example, I don't know how he's the art director. I don't know how he makes his decisions, right? I can't even draw. But by putting these together.
Well, wait a minute. He doesn't actually have any say over publishing on the Dynamite side. So he can, if they ask him for an artist, he can go to his group and grab one. But he doesn't actually make those type of editorial decisions, as I understand.
I even said when I walked in, I said,
so there's a whole nother division of people that you have to buy.
I said, keep in mind, I don't know how this works, but I think this is a good idea. And
all right, so back issues.
We should have a Nicky the Roach cosplay cover.
So Robbie Roach, maybe. I think the Eagles beating Baltimore, it kind of legitimized them a little bit. I think that was something we were waiting to see. The defense looks like a top tier defense. The offense, without Saquon on the ground, tearing it up, carving up the defense of the opposing team, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I saw somebody mention, I think it was TVB, about Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, that love affair is, man, that is way over at this point, I think. Did Dallas win? Dallas won, didn't they?
Yeah, Dallas won, and then right after Dallas won, Micah Parsons gets online. He's like, yo, we're back. We're coming. Y'all better watch out. Don't discount us. And I'm like, y'all beat a 2-9 Giants team. You better slow your roll right now, okay? Like, you're not convincing me otherwise. Like, come on.
That was for the benefit of one person, Jerry Jones. That was it.
Every team does these things. Every team drops this promo. They've lost 3 times as many games as they've won. They win a game. And then they decide to almost do like a pro wrestling style promo about, how they're back and hell, we're back and hell's coming with us. And then the next week they get killed again.
So Alberto, I gotta tell you, all right, you're absolutely right. The Niners have been the big surprise of the season. Now I hear McCaffrey may be out for the season with RCL or something. He just came back. So I think Christian McCaffrey's career is near done, if not already done. He lacks that oomph. His injury rate is going way. Yeah. I gotta admit that was a big surprise. I have to also say you're playing Buffalo in the snow. and you're from San Francisco. Come on. That's not going to work out well no matter how you slice that pie.
People say there's no, that's like an old wives' tale. It's not an old wives' tale. Every year we see that. Some team from like Arizona or Florida bombs up to Buffalo or Green Bay, and they get killed in the snow. Or it's like -9 degrees, and one team is out there without like shirt sleeves.
Oh my God, Mason's out too. I didn't see that, CJ. They're cooked. So I gotta say that it should be interesting. Looks like NFC is the Lions and the Eagles right now.
Somebody else just said what Round Guy said.
What?
Yeah, sure. You beat a 2-9 team and you lost 10 draft spots. Good job.
Yeah.
At this point, you should just be tanking.
What did I tell you, Rex? Like a few weeks ago, I was like, what's going to really upset me is when the Cowboys start winning, and then they get all excited. Like, we're not going to the Super Bowl. We're not going to make it through the postseason. Like, tank, get some good offensive. Like, get a number 1 pick or number 2 or 3 pick, and get some good we need some people on the O-line right now. Is what we need, man. Because it just
you're so excited. We're 5-11.
The upside is the upside is that the Eagles' remainder of the season looks very soft. So but you never know how that goes, right? You draw a soft team, and next thing you know, you're losing to them. It can happen. But I'm feeling pretty confident. All right, so the giveaway of the night is Batman number 50, signed by Dan Jurgens. All you got to do is enter in the chat one time. Hashtag EXP Monday, all lowercase. Yeah, TJ, I know. There are a lot of good games this Thanksgiving weekend, and some interesting games as well. All right, so all right, on to the back issues. So first up, we've got Batman number 221.
Oh.
I know, Ron, guys. Steelers look pretty good this season, man. I gotta say. All right, this one is a 3.0 with qualifiers. The front cover and a few pages are detached. Just giving everyone a heads up. All right, so this one, House of Mystery, number 194 from 1971. It is a 5.5, and we've got it for 38. And keep in mind, John has penciled this in. It is available to anyone else, but if nobody claims it, John may. I'm just warning everyone in advance.
There's this one. Is there another one up there too?
And
big job, John.
There we go, Big John. What's going on, Big John? How was your Thanksgiving? How's Brittany? Hopefully you guys had a good one. Just say never. What's going on, buddy? All right. So next up, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 126 from 1973. It's a 7.5 to an 8.0, and we have this one for 25.
Kangaroo bounces back. That's the most excited anyone's ever been to see the Kangaroo in Marvel Comics, by the way.
Too funny. All right. So then we've got Amazing Spider-Man number 139 from 1974. It's a 6.0. And we have this one for 15.
Castle should come in with 3 comments. Bombs in, claims the thing, home, stay punished. I'm out. With the dudes, stay punished.
All right. Amazing Spider-Man number 200 from 1979. It is a 6.0 as well. And we have this one for 25.
I was disappointed when nobody picked this one up last time. This is a really great issue of Spider-Man to have.
There you go.
Spider-Man versus the Burglar.
So just so everyone knows, that this is a consignment collection. So after a certain point, if we can't sell it, it's going back. Just I don't know when yet, but we're not holding on to it forever. Just so you guys know. Oh, that's good to hear, buddy. Big John. Justin Thane native. Oh. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, everybody has stage names now. Everything is pro wrestling. I told you this before.
I don't.
You expect us to believe your parents named you Rex Wang? Stop it. No one believes that.
Speaking of
All right.
wrestling, you know what I found out today for the first time? That there's a Christmas movie from like the early 90s starring Hulk Hogan called like Santa Muscles, where he gets amnesia and thinks he's Santa Claus.
Santa with muscles.
I never knew that.
That sounds like a PCP movie night for next year in December. 100%.
Oh God, no!
If you watch that,
God, no! Please no!
If you watch that Vince McMahon documentary series on Netflix, they talk about that, and they talk about where Vince McMahon wants to be a movie producer, and he just didn't understand what went into producing a movie,
right?
What went into financing a movie, and how fickle the movie audience is. What you think, you can't do a movie about what's hot right now because that movie isn't coming out for 18 months.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to try to figure out either something that's evergreen or something that's like the next big thing coming.
You mean something evergreen like Suburban Commando is what you're saying?
Yes. There is nobody ever having a problem with a big dude carrying machine guns and stuff like that. That is bankable. That is a license to print money.
Yeah, I love Suburban Commando, Mr. Nanny, and No Holds Barred. So I got to check out this Santa Claus movies, man. I got to.
All right, here we go. So next up, we got Amazing Spider-Man number 344 from 1979. It's a 9.0, and we have this one for 20.
Yo, great Eric Larson cover. And this is also, I own this issue because I'm pretty certain this is the first Cletus Cassidy, if I'm remembering correctly. That's pretty cool. Not the first Carnage, but the first Cletus Cassidy. I am pretty certain. Is Alex here today? Yeah, there he is. CJ right there. First Cletus. Yeah, first Cletus Cassidy. And Cardiac. Cardiac is a character that should have had way more legs than he did. He should have had
I'll tell
at least
you what Cardiac reminded me of. Cardiac was a Batman Beyond villain before Batman Beyond. Cardiac is exactly,
makes sense.
You know what I mean? That's exactly the kind of villain that you see in Batman Beyond.
All right. Next up,
Forget
we got
Julie. I'll say his name 3 times and he'll appear.
Captain America number 168 from 1973. It's 7.0, and we have this one for 25.
We've had quite a few of these James Bond Goldfinger covers lately.
Yeah, right?
Well, I think it's trope. I mean, I don't mean that in a negative way, but I think that there are certain covers, just like there's certain stories, if you're going to do...
Yeah, Robbie Roach, you're probably right. Number 344, you're right about that.
There's certain stories you have to cover. There are certain covers at some point you have to do. It's the character face-to-face with himself, right? You don't know which one is which. It's this sort of Goldfinger cover where somebody's trying to rescue, the hero in danger or whatever.
All right. Then we have Captain America number 185 from 1975. It's a 8.0, and we have this one for $8.
Cap's got some look at Cap's right arm. He's got some Popeye level forearms right there. Do you see that? Do you see how his forearm's bigger than his bicep right there? I love it.
That's true.
Apparently some part of the super soldier serum is spinach.
Yes, right. It's like from the can. That's what makes it important, right? Because if you cook spinach, you'll have a room full of spinach become this much spinach after you cook it, right?
Oh yeah, somebody had a picture going around on Facebook for the holidays, and it said 17 bags of frozen spinach, and there's about this much spinach on a plate.
Yeah.
All right, so next up we got Captain America number 208 from 1977. It is a 6.5, and we have this one for $10.
Looks like some Jack Kirby goodness right there, man.
All right. So then we've got Captain America number 228 from 1978. It's 7.5. And we have this for $4.
What do you think gives out first? Captain America's neck or Constrictor's wrists? What do you think?
Oh, his wrists. Constrictor's wrists.
Yeah, he ain't got no spinach super soldier serum going on, Constrictor, right?
Captain America's probably got like a 26-inch neck. His neck is the same size as Bo Constrictor's thigh.
So did anyone else see the Craven trailer? I did not. I saw the short version, not the 8-minute one.
No, but Craven's in for a bad awakening, man. Like when you have the star of the movie going on interviews and shows being like, I just want people to give it a chance. And when they're like, here's the first 8 minutes of the movie, which are the best 8 minutes we think we put together. Like Sony's real. Sony knows. Somebody at Sony's like, did you guys know that nobody's excited for Craven? And everybody's like freaking out. Like, what? This is our whole company's been based on this movie for like 5 years. They better be excited for it.
Well, Sony is not very good at making these movies. They're just not. They can say whatever they want, blah, blah, blah. They're not very good at this. Tom Holland sort of pushed Spider-Man back
That's what they said in Deadpool and Wolverine.
If it's animated in Spider-Man, I trust Sony. If it's live action,
don't get me wrong. It's in Spider-Verse. Right? They can make that movie every 6 months, and I got $100 in my pocket that I'm happy to pay for it. But they're just not very good. And I'm sorry, the first Spider-Man movie was exciting to see it. By the time you get to that second and third movie, you're like, oh, this is awful. And then they bring Andrew Garfield in, who I think is an awesome Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Almost nobody else does. Every hardcore Spider-Man fan I know hates that dude. They hate the movies he's in. They hate the story of the movies. And I'm like, okay, you guys are the Spider-Man fans, not,
Madam Web didn't help.
Madam Web is awful. And
the best Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movie is the one that Sony did with Marvel when they brought him back. That was like the best work. Andrew Garfield's way too cool for school for Peter Parker. He's like skateboarding down the hallway, being all cool, never understands the concept of responsibility within 2 movies. Get out of here, man. I'm sorry.
And I understand there'll be people in the channel that'll say Marvel doesn't know how to make superhero movies anymore. Well, yes and no. We'll see.
Yeah.
And again, I would say, well, probably Deadpool and Wolverine, disagree.
And Jay and Spilio, I'm right there with you. Like, I'm going to go watch Craven in the movie theater too. I don't think it's going to be a good movie, though, but I am going to give it a shot. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, yeah. By now, full disclosure, everybody knows I'm going to see the movie. I hope nobody's thinking
you're going to go see the movie like 28 times, man, is what you're going to do.
But yes, if you look at Sony's record, they're not great. Even some of the Venom fans are like, it's okay. Like, they're glad to see Venom.
Right.
I don't see Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock. I just don't.
Somehow that didn't launch very well. I don't know why.
Well, here's the idea too. You can't make the villains anti-heroes and do it over and over and over again. Marvel did it with Venom over a period of 20 years. People forget what Venom was like when he came out. He was like, he was about as thick as it gets. Now he's all hokey and jokey and this and that. But look at Venom Cat. Look at Venom Puppy. No, none of that stuff happened.
We get a horse in this movie. We get a horse in the Venom symbiote. And Sean, I get what you're saying. Look-wise, Brock Lesnar is Eddie Brock, but we have learned our lesson, have we not? I know we were just like talking a lot of love about Suburban Commando, but let's be honest, y'all. Wrestlers, as good as they are at acting and kayfabing and performing night to night in the squared circle, one could say, right? When you put them in front of a camera, it gets a little bit different. Let's talk about it. Like Triple H in Blade 3 wasn't that great. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. Just because Brock Lesnar looks like Eddie Brock, if he ain't just doing suplex after suplex, what's he going to do? Right? It's going to be like Vader when he was Bane. Do y'all remember that? So there you go.
The best performance I've seen from a wrestler in a movie where I'm like, this performance was good enough to justify going to see this movie is Roddy Piper and They Live. To be clear, that's not an Academy Award winning performance, but it's an industry level serviceable enough performance.
You are right. Okay, so what are the top 3 wrestling performances are Roddy Piper in They Live, We've got Dave Bautista as Drax or anything he's in. And Andre the Giant maybe in Princess Bride.
Princess Bride. Yeah, I don't want to forget that. But Dave Bautista, I think I'm not saying I wouldn't put him on the list, but Dave Bautista, I would tweak and say he made a transition into acting. If you see that guy now, he looks completely different than he did when he first started, like when he was first Drax. That guy has lost 50 pounds. He's had plastic surgery to cover some of the, things happen in the wrestling ring. You lose teeth, you get scar tissue. So that guy, and I was just about to get to that, Sean. John Cena is Peacemaker.
John Cena is Peacemaker, and actually John Cena in the Fast and Furious franchise is really good. And also, we can't forget Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, my favorite wrestler of all time. His best performance, though, is in that Get Smart movie, in my opinion. I love Get Smart, man. That movie's so good.
That was actually an underrated movie.
And Marcus, you're right. Terry Funk in Roadhouse. I'll give you that one, too.
Terry Funk was great in Roadhouse. You know what's amazing?
What?
When you look at Terry Funk in the ring with other wrestlers, he looks small. And then you see him against real
normal people,
and you realize how big he is.
Yeah, because he's in a ring with people that are huge.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
we were at an ECW show, and he walked past people, and when he walked past normal people in the crowd, you were like, oh, because he looked like he got mauled in the ring. He came out, and he was smacking hands with fans. He's like a head taller than everybody in our row. And I'm like, oh, my God.
I hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. And if you have not yet and would not mind, please hit that thumbs up. It really does help the algorithm.
Hit that thumbs up. Oh, and don't forget, again, the winner, I made the announcement at the beginning. It was TJ James from last week's comments. So last Wednesday, I think I had 2 comments. So I will tell you, if I check on Wednesday morning and there's only 2 comments, those 2 people are both going to get a giveaway. All right. Because there's no point in me trying to pick 2. All right. But if you leave a comment after the show, it helps us with our algorithm. And right now, man, it's like shooting fish in a barrel because we're not getting a lot of comments. So your odds of winning the giveaway are much higher. All right, but the winner was TJ James, and he got Life with Archie, number 36, signed by Mike and Gloria Allred. All right. Next book, Captain Marvel, number 25 from 1972, is a 7.5, and we have this one for $30. Big John, gotcha, bud. John is claiming Captain Marvel. All right, so one more Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel number 33 from 1974. It's a 4.5 to a 5.0. And we have this one for $15.
Well, this is still early Thanos right here, isn't it?
It is. All right.
I thought Jim Swenson was Vader. Am I confused here?
Yes, you are, Robbie.
Okay.
Yeah, Jeep Swanson was man.
Gotcha, Big John on 33.
I understand how you're confused, though. If you look at Jeep Swanson, he comes from the same test tube as Vader. They have the same kind of body type. It's a weird mix of muscle and fat.
All right, so let's see. All right, next up we got Chamber Chills from 1973. It's a 4.5, so 5.0.
Oh, man.
And we have this one for $20.
Hopefully somebody buys this. If not, this is something that'll
come
home for the holidays.
Big John is cornering the horror comics tonight. Gotcha, Big John.
Robbie and I talked about this maybe a year or 2 ago on the air. It's cyclical. People, like, collectors almost sort of forget about Marvel 70s horror, and then it kind of comes back. Something pops up and it comes back, and the next thing you know, there's a run on it. I was talking to a guy at a comic book store, and he said the same thing. He's like, I can always tell it's not even Halloween related. The next thing I know, I have somebody come in here and they're asking for something like Fear of Night. And he's like, the first time somebody asked me for Fear of Night, I didn't even think that was a real book. I thought it was a soap opera, Edge of Night. Of course, I look, and Marvel did, I think, 11 issues of Fear of Night. It was like a horror bi-monthly or something. And they kind of came up with a ton of these, we'll say, EC-inspired names. DC's horror was always a little bit different. They've always sort of been consistent, though.
Right.
They've always kind of had those characters, especially John Constantine's popularity really kind of, you know, House of Mystery, all that kind of stuff was, you know, out there. But Marvel is this kind of horror, you know, like that's why I was glad to see Blood Hunt. You know what I mean? It's after all the endless sort of zombie, this, that, whatever, Blood Hunt is legitimately a horror crossover.
All right. Next up, we got Daredevil number 5 from 1964. It is a 5.0.
Someone wrote on the book.
I was about to be like, who wrote Ghost on this book, man? Signed by Ghost.
Signed by Ghost.
We have this one for 75. It is a 5.0.
Man, if the mysterious masked Matador does not show up in Daredevil Born Again, I'll be very disappointed. So,
what are they even doing? I've said it before. There's only one villain that I want to see in Daredevil Born Again. And he's one of my favorite villains when I was a really young kid. And that's Stiltman.
All right. So next up, we got Daredevil number 176 from 1981. It's a 7.0.
Now here we go.
And we have this one for 20.
Oh, nice. One
Yes,
of my
Jay,
favorite runs of
Stiltman.
Marvel Comics right here, y'all.
There was something about Stiltman when I was a little kid I thought was like the coolest thing ever. And then I remember rereading the book like 15 years later, and I'm like, this is awful. What are you?
All right. So then we got a set is Daredevil or Deadpool, the Circle Chase number issues 1 through 4 from 1993. It ranges from lowest one is an 8.5, the highest grade is a 9.2 in the set of the 4 books, and we have all 4 for $30.
This I'm going to go ahead and make this the Robbie's pick of the week because I'm not necessarily the hugest fan of Deadpool in the comic book world. I love the movies. I love all 3 of those movies, and Deadpool can be a cool character, but this is early Joe Madiera artwork, and I love me some Joe Mad. Like, I own every issue of Battle Chasers still because I'm such a fan, and this is where it starts for me.
And Preston, I agree with you. Marvel horror books that strayed away from the superhero archetype were not as successful. Son of Satan, Brother Voodoo, you know, these characters kind of hung in there. Things with like Gravedigger that I absolutely loved. I just don't think they were a success for them. And they sort of, you know.
Well, the Marvel horror comics of that era were definitely, they seemed like they were more in the superhero vein, right? Like even Tomb of Dracula, which I would not say is a superhero book, it fits more in a superhero vein than like your straight up like an EC comic or a Warren comic or something like that.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I agree 100%. I mean, you know, at one point, I understand Man Wolf sort of kind of crosses that line between horror and science fiction. Probably you make the case he's more of a science fiction character, but you've literally got a werewolf running around in like a costume, for lack of a better term. Werewolf by Night, conversely, is sort of wearing, you know, shredded jeans, maybe some kind of ripped shirt, depending on the artist. Man Wolf, and I understand it's supposed to be the part of this spacesuit, and I get that initially. He's still wearing that ratty spacesuit thing 20, 25 years later. I just don't get.
All right. So next up, we got Fantastic Four number 74 from 1968. And we have this one for 30.
Great issue. Kirby, Lee, Fantastic Four, Galactus, Surfer, Punisher. This is the early version of the Punisher. Not Frank Castle, obviously, but yeah.
Not you, Castle, but a different.
Wouldn't it be funny if John just tells us, no, this is the Punisher I've been referencing this whole time.
That would be great. When I said stay punished, I meant the entire planet.
So, John, do you see the FF up there? Or is it in that stack? Do you mind getting up and looking for me?
No, sure.
Because Alex did grade them, but I didn't get them down.
It's in the stack and on the rack?
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
Hold on 1 second. Let's take a look here.
Yeah. Just hand me the FFs, if you would.
Yes, 4.
If you don't mind.
And thank you for reminding us, Sean, because Hulk Hogan was great as Thunder Lips in Rocky 3, but Mr. T was even better as Clubber Lang.
There's more.
Yeah, I know.
These aren't sort of in a.
It's okay.
Yes. I think that's the one you're looking for right there, right?
All right. Probably. All right. So let's see. Sorry. Got distracted today. Let's see. 74. Is there 7? There it is. So this 74 is a 3.0. And we have it for 30 tonight.
People wondering why Castle jumped on the House of Mystery so fast. It's a Bernie Wrightson cover.
Great stuff. So we're talking about real quick in the chat. We're talking about Mr. T in Rocky 3. Is Clubber Lang kind of based on Mike Tyson? Do y'all know that? Do y'all know if that was like contemporary at the time? Seems like.
Wait.
I think Tyson came after Clubber Lang.
Yeah, that's true.
Because people essentially in the beginning, everyone thought Tyson was like immediately loved in boxing.
No,
he wasn't.
Not.
They trashed Tyson. They said he was
too early. Okay.
Too short. And they said he was too poorly trained. His fundamentals were not good. He was just going in there and knocking people out. And I'm like, well, isn't that his job?
Agreed.
His job isn't supposed to put on a martial arts tournament.
So then it makes me wonder, was Tyson influenced by Clubber Lang in Rocky 3?
I don't think so.
I don't know if it's direct, but
given the history of Mike Tyson, I mean, he was, as somebody mentioned, round guy. He had a very rough childhood. Boxing probably kept him from ending up in jail.
Well, that was sort of Clubber Lang's backstory. You can,
I know, but you can't.
I thought it might be too early. I thought it might be too early because like Rocky 4 is like what, 87, 88, something like that. So Rocky 3's got to be like 84, 85, something like that. Maybe I'm not 100% sure.
Probably even earlier.
I've recently uncovered this new rumor that Clubber Lang is actually based on Jake Paul.
In that they're doing fake fights, yes.
So I would say Apollo Creed was based on Muhammad Ali.
Oh, they actually talked about
certain,
it.
Yeah.
I mean, that was obvious.
Sylvester Stallone said when he was writing the story, he wanted to create like the epitome of boxing, and because Rocky Balboa is the exact opposite. He's just a guy, street club fighter. And in his mind...
There we go. Ed Weird says Rocky 3, 1982.
I always forget how early the Rocky movie started.
What's that?
I always forget how early the Rocky movie started. Like that first one is like 74, 75, 76 or something like that, right? Yeah.
Exactly. All right. So then we have Fantastic Four number 166 from 1975. Let's see where
DJ, I read that before too. Part of Clubber Lang's fight style was based on George Foreman. Everybody remembers him as like the jovial guy selling ovens. If you watch some of those old fights, George just went into the ring and beat people up. There wasn't any sort of watch his foot movement, watch his head movement. No.
So 166 is an 8.5. Let me just get through these Fantastic Fours, but I do want to talk about that. Fantastic Four number 167. It is a, let's see. It is a 8.5. And we have this one for $15.
I still count this as one of my favorite Fantastic Four covers because of the arc and just the perspective on it and all the people's all the people in the windows looking out.
Listen, look at the people inside. This is like the best and worst day of their life simultaneously. We're hundreds of feet in the air. And unfortunately, the Hulk is going to bring this whole thing crashing down because this thing wasn't designed for his 1,000 pounds, another 600 or 700 pounds of the thing, and then everybody else who's hopping around on this thing.
All right. So Jay now is Fantastic Four number 185. It's a 6.0. And we have this one for 10.
Got some Agatha and Salem 7 action in this issue.
I know some people are a little bit distressed. There's some stories out there that Catherine Hahn has said goodbye to Agatha Harkness and goodbye to Marvel movies. There's a lot of people who say goodbye to a lot of things.
That's true.
And Deadpool actually says as much in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many times has Hugh Jackman retired from Wolverine, and how many times
Hugh
Alan
Jackman
Moore
at least 3 different times said this is probably my last go around as Wolverine.
And how many times has Alan Moore said he's never writing a comic book again? Right? So
a big bag of Marvel cash, changes things. I'm pretty sure Catherine Hahn is thinking 2 things. She probably wants to keep her options open as a performer. So she doesn't want to get married into one thing. And second of all, it's playing a little hard to get. Agatha's done a lot for this, and she probably didn't get paid what she thought she should have. So, you know what I mean? I could totally see her. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, and I could also see it as being a part like if you go out there and you say I'm looking forward to playing Agatha again, then if you get considered for a role, maybe they don't want to approach you because they may think that you're locked up for the next 5 years on a Marvel project.
There's a story going around that Catherine Hahn is done being Agatha Harkness, and I said I don't know how much validity I put in that for a lot of reasons. Robbie just said one.
Jay, we'll catch you on the recap.
And Elizabeth Olsen referenced that. One of the reasons why she kind of stepped back a little bit is because the phone stops ringing because people just assume you're the Scarlet Witch.
Right.
That's it. And it's very limiting to her as both a performer and, as a business, as a brand.
Yeah, I can believe that.
And I think you've probably seen a little same thing with Catherine Hahn. And she's been in a lot of stuff. She's super talented.
Mm-hmm.
And she's probably thinking, well, I want some more money. I want some more options.
Yeah. I don't think anybody expected it to be the success it ended up being. That's part of it. So, yes, a Wild Amy has appeared.
She's
strange.
So I told her to come in and say hello. So Marcus wants you to talk.
Let me talk. What to say? I mean, just checking in, making sure the show's going good, making sure everyone's liking and
they're filling out their forms.
Filling out their forms, number one.
That's
are you guys still doing that? Hi, Robbie. How are you?
For the most part, they are.
For the most part.
For the most
I'm not
part.
going to name any names.
All of you guys, right? With whatever you buy.
I'm not going to single anyone out.
It was very nice Thanksgiving, Alberto. I hope you had a nice one too.
I most certainly did not, Marcus.
Rex hates Rudolph, man.
Yeah, Rex said that earlier. He said we really
need Are you talking about this week's books?
We haven't gotten there yet.
We haven't gotten there yet.
I mean, I'm just saying you got a great book in particular coming out this week, so hype it up.
When we have to take our last break, is that right?
In 1 minute. In 1 minute.
Right.
And Rex will forget about that for the next 3.
Especially Rex.
What?
Great seeing you, Robbie.
He doesn't say anything. Rex just says Amy will figure it out and moves on to the next book.
Great seeing you, Amy.
All right. So since we have less than a minute before we take
Amy
our
is
next break.
super busy, man. When I first got here, there were like 3 things on her desk. And now 3 years later, there's like, you don't even see the desk anymore. It's just stuff. It's interview notes. It's books. Her schedule's a whole wall behind her of art, different stuff she's doing. So when we get back, we will do a recap. And then I have 5 CGCs. Some of these are priced lower than it would cost to have CGC grade them. All right. And they're good books and high grades. So we'll take our last final break. So hang out. We'll be back in a second.
Symphonic verses, Nocturne's romance. A song of romanticized darkness, dreaming death by sleep.
Cold Tuesday. Kick it!
Hey, let's get to it.
Henri Copen scours collections and comic shops to bring you the biggest deals on beautiful comics.
I'm very eager to sell these books.
Plus, he smashes those other boring sales shows. Henri's got fire, excitement, personality, key books, Momo books.
Sexy Momo books for you.
A cute dog. Weird accents.
69, bro!
A wheel of skid bark?
We do wheel spins at the end of every show.
You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll score huge bargains.
That is Haktua magic right there, all right?
Kicking it with Henri. Tuesday nights, part of the experience.
Download our app on Google Play and the App Store. It's so simple, even my mommy can use it.
Hey, all right, here we go. All right, so let's do a recap. So, reminder, today for Cyber Monday, we are doing free shipping on anything claimed on tonight's show. All right, so starting with the DF Mystery Box. 2 CGC 9.8s, 1 Virgin, 1 signed, 1 exclusive, 10 back issues, guaranteed minimum retail value of $200. We usually sell for $100, but for Cyber Monday, we're going to do it for $85. So the 2 CGC 9.8s alone are worth more than $85. All right, so then we got Vampirella number 1 with Vampirella cover sketch by Kirstine Danica Lim. Says at retail of $150, we have for $65. This is part of our 2 for $100. So this and any other sketch cover, if you buy 2, we'll do it for $100. Then we got Avengers number 1 with Storm's cover sketch by Tony Scott. It's just a retail of $150. We have for $65. It is also part of our 2 for $100 deal. Transformers number 1 with Optimus Prime cover sketch by Joe Delbiato and Mariana Licesa. It's just a retail of $150, and we have it for $65. And it is also part of our 2 for $100 if you choose this and another sketch cover. And then finally, we have Venom number 1 with the Iceman cover sketch by Tracy Medina. It's just a retail of $149.99, and we've got it for $65. And it is also part of the 2 for $100 deal. If you get this and another sketch cover, that's available.
And I think this is the first Iceman cover we've had.
I believe you're
And
correct.
we've done this show for 3 years, 2.5 years or something. I think this is
Real quick. I just got to say this because I've been wanting to say this since I first saw this cover a few years ago. Somebody gave me a Christmas present. They knew I liked comics. They got me an X-Men shirt that they didn't buy from a licensed dealer or whatever. And it was like a bunch of weird amalgamations of X-Men from different covers. And the Iceman on there was obviously the Silver Surfer. Like, it cracked me up so much, man.
Hey, Marvel fan. How you doing, bud? All right, so here we go. So back issues. Batman number 221 from 1970. Yeah, it is a 3 with qualifiers. The front cover and some of the wraps are detached. All right, so then
some collector, they're going to be glad. Some Batman collector, they're going to be glad to have this, because if you find this somewhere at like a 5.0, you know, it's 6.0. You're going to be paying for it.
All right, so then we had Amazing Spider-Man number 126, 1973. It's a 7.5 to an 8.0, and we have it for $25. Then we have Spider-Man number 139 from 1974. It is a 6.0, and we have this one for $15.
Not the Grizzly.
And then we have Amazing Spider-Man number 200 from 1979. It is also 6.0, and we have it for 25. Then we have Amazing Spider-Man. Hey, Neil. Hey, Miguel. Hope you guys are doing well. Amazing Spider-Man number 344. First, Cletus Cassidy. It's a 9.0, and we have for 20. Then we had Captain America number 168 from 1973. It's 7.0, and we have for 25. Then we had Captain America number 185 from 1975. It's an 8.0, and we have for $8. Then we have Captain America number 208 from 1977. It's a 6.5, and we have it for 10. Then we have Captain America number 228 from 1978. It's 7.5, and we have it for $4. Then we had Daredevil number 5 from 1964. It is a 5.0, and we have that for $75.
Did Gil Kane cover?
I don't know. Then we have Daredevil number 176 from 1981, 7.0, and we have this one for 20. Then we have one set, Deadpool, the Circle Chase, issues, the set of issues 1 through 4 from 1993. The grades range from 8.5 to 9.2. Hey, Steve B.
Hey, Stevie B is right. The only cold that Lau respects is like outer space, because everything else is like a regular day at the office.
Yeah, right. All right. So then we had Fantastic Four number 74 from 1968. It's a 3.0. We have this one for 30. Then we have Fantastic Four number 119 from 1971. It's a 6.0. We have that for 15. Then we have Fantastic Four number 166. It's an 8.5, and we have that for 10. Then we have Fantastic Four number 167 from 1975. It is an 8.5, and we have that for 15. Then we have Fantastic Four number 185 is a 6.0, and we have that for 10. All right, so now we got some slab books that some are priced cheaper than it would cost to get it slabbed by CGC. All right, so first up, we got Spider-Verse number 1. It is the Walmart edition, and it is a CGC 9.4. Sorry, the picture isn't better. It's so hard to take those.
Do you want me to try to hold it up?
Well, if you want.
I don't know if it's going to be better, but I'll give it a try.
And we have this for 35 tonight. 9.4. You see it?
This might. Hold on a second.
Yeah, tilt it downwards.
Is that better?
Yeah. It's not worse. So there you go.
I was going to say, at least you kind of can get a little bit of
an idea, yeah.
Well, it's in both. It's Mylar, and then it's flat. So
yes, make two. They are. All right. So, all right. Next up, we got Uncanny X-Men number 164. It is a 9.2. Carol Danvers becomes binary. And we've got this one for 50 tonight. All right, then we got Ghost Rider number 1, second print, CGC 9.2. First appearance of Dan Ketch as Ghost Rider, first appearance of Death Watch. And we have this for 60. All right, then we have Captain Marvel number 17, CGC 9.6. And we have this one for 35 as well. Oh, and keep in mind, free shipping. So it really works out if you claim a CGC tonight. For Cyber Monday, we're doing free shipping on anything you claim tonight. Final one is Captain America #1, CGC 9.8, Death of the Red Skull. It is actually Captain America number 550, and we have this for 100 tonight. All right, let's go to the ratio incentives. First up, we got Absolute Batman #1, third print, 125 ratio by Nick Dragotta. And we have this one available for 30.
Cute cover. Cute cover.
And then we had Absolute Wonder Woman #1, second print, 125 ratio by Hayden Sherman. And we have this one for 30 as well.
One of my favorite comics of the year so far.
Yeah, TJ, you're probably right. A Death of Red Skull. Amazing Spider-Man Volume 6, number 62, 125 ratio by Francesco Mobili.
I'll have to hear from Jay about Absolute Superman, because things I've heard about Absolute Superman will make me not read that book.
It's a
And we have this for 15.
Hopefully I've misheard.
Well, Jay's a mark for Superman, so he's going to tell you it's awesome, but I think it's it's not bad.
Somebody said something about Superman is like solar powered. He sleeps at night. He doesn't have any powers. It just sounded like I don't want to read that. He's Superman.
All right. Then we got Justice League Unlimited, Volume 2, #1, 125 ratio by Dave Wilkins. And we have this one for 10. Then we got Justice League Unlimited #1, 150 ratio by Edwin Galman. And we have this for 20. And then Justice League Unlimited #1, 250 ratio by Jim Lee. This one will come with the 1 in 50 and a 125. If you purchase the 250, we only have one. Get all three of them for 300.
Marcus, I like that.
All right. So then we had Spider-Boy Volume 2, number 13, by Michael Cho. And we have this for
Stay
8.
punished, he's out. Castle, you did a Castle's Corner on Absolute Superman? I might have missed that.
What's that?
Somebody said, Jay said, watch Castle's Corner on Absolute Superman. And I did not realize he had one. I might have missed it, or I've been trying to catch each one he's done.
All right. So then we have West Coast Avengers Volume 4, #1, 110 ratio by Danny Kim.
Thank you, Sean.
And we have this for 6. Then we have West Coast Avengers Volume 4, #1, 125 ratio by Gerardo Sandoval. And we have this for 15. Then we got West Coast Avengers Volume 4, #1, 150 ratio by Ji Hyung Lee. And we have this for 25, well below ratio. All right. All right, here we go. The Dynamite books from last week. Got Lilo and Stitch #7. We've got Thundercats Chitara #5. Red Sonja Volume 7, #16. Space Ghost Volume 1, trade paperback. Space Ghost Volume 1, hardcover. All right, so then the book's coming out this Wednesday for Dynamite. Up first, Thundercats Apex #1, cover 8 by Declan Shalvey. We have that at a cover price of $4.99. So Space Ghost, yes, Sean, for both hardcover and trade.
Yeah, Sean, get both. Get both. One to rock, one to stock.
Yeah, in case you want to read them more than once. Thundercats Apex.
It's different when you read it in hardcover.
#1, Cover B by Lucio Perillo. That's also a cover price of $4.99. Then cover C by Megan Hetrick. And we have that for cover price of $4.99. Then cover D by Jay Lee and June Chung for $4.99. And cover E by Rafa Labasco. Sean Butler, you got it, buddy. Get back that page. I got you, Sean. All right. So then we have Thundercats Apex #1 cover F. It's the foil cover by Declan Shalvey. We had that for $9.99. Then cover F, it's the foil version by Declan Shalvey for $29.99.
Yeah, I saw Black Lightning Triple B. I must have missed the Absolute Superman one.
Then
yeah, I mean, I have the same problem. I don't get the notifications, even though I signed up for them. And then all of a sudden, I open YouTube and I get 900 notifications. I'm like, okay.
All right, and then cover H, it is the blank cover. And that we have a cover price. Then this is a pre-order, Thundercats Apex #1. It is a premium metal cover by Lucio Perillo. And we have this for $100. And then Apex #1 cover J, limited edition Lucio Perillo version. And we have this for $50. Then we have cover K by Rafa Labasco. And we have this one for $10. And then cover V by Mark Spears. And we have that at cover price of $4.99.
That's my homie Mark Spears. My homie Mark Spears making waves right now in the comic book world. He's such a cool dude, such a cool artist. So exciting to see him do a Dynamite cover. He would kill it on a Vampirella or Red Sonja cover, y'all. Just so you know, you should let Nick or whoever, Nick, Mariano, whoever, know that. Like, Mark would kill any cover y'all do.
All right, cover W by, it's a foil cover by Megan Hetrick. And we have that for $9.99. Then cover X, it's a foil by Jay Lee and June Chung. We have that for $9.99. And then cover Y, the black blank tan cover.
Well, and keep in mind, you
got TJ.
Mark Spears, all of his covers are blowing up on eBay. And he did do a Vampirella and a Red Sonja. Let's see if we can't get him to do another Vampy. You never know.
I'll tell him to do it. I'll tell you what, he'll do whatever I tell him to, Nick. So
does he live near you?
Oh yeah, Nick's been my buddy for over 20. I mean, Mark's been my buddy for over 20 years, man. We used to work at a comic shop together. So
all right,
super cool
tell
dude,
him that
man.
I said it was okay for him to tell you what's going on, but you got to keep it to yourself.
All
Let's
right,
just say there are going
I
to be a
always
few
do.
surprises coming.
Heck yeah, awesome.
Meanwhile, everybody, remember that Apex cover by Mark Spears was an FOC cover. Not every retailer got it.
No.
I got you, TJ. You're good. All right. So then pre-order item, Thundercats Apex #17. Our #1 ZF, Mark Spears metal Dynamite.com exclusive. Only 100 or less will be made, and we have that for 100. Then we've got Powerpuff Girls, Winter's Showdown #1, cover A by Carlo Lauro, rather, and we got that for cover price of $5.99. Then cover B by Cat Stags for $5.99. Then cover C by Francesco Tomaselli for $5.99. And then also out Wednesday, Gargoyles Quest #5, cover A by Drew Moss. Cover B by Jay Lee and June Chung. Cover C by Drew Moss.
And just to avoid any confusion on people, Gargoyle's Quest is in no way affiliated with Jean-Claude Van Damme's The Quest. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah, it would be. Cover E, limited edition Virgin by Drew Moss for $50. Red Sonja, Death and the Devil, number 4, also coming out Wednesday. Cover A by Joseph Michael Linzer, $4.99 cover price. Cover B by Selena. Cover C by Moritat.
Selena's always the one that makes those covers that I always think they're cosplay covers at first. Like I always do.
I know.
Yeah.
All right.
Amazing
So
work.
then cover D by cosplay by Rachel Holland. And then
I think she bought the wrong size top.
Then cover F, limited edition Virgin by Joseph Michael Linzer, and we have that for $50. And those are Dynamite Books of the Week. And reminder, if you're watching on Rewind, we will honor any prices you see tonight, and we will send the Cyber Monday free shipping to you as well. So keep that in mind. Just hit submission form. Let us know what you want. Dynamite Books, obviously, we have more than one. On back issues, some of the other books like Ratios, we may have more than one. We may not. We may not. All right. So also, anybody that may have joined us late, the giveaway is Batman Beyond number 50, signed by Dan Jurgens. Just put in once, hashtag EXP Monday, all lowercase, to enter the drawing. Also a reminder, PCP movie night tonight. Fantastic Four. Phil, are you claiming FF number 167? I assume that you are, Phil. So I'm going to pencil you in. Let me know if I am wrong.
Hey, Rex.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. Real quick. When we were showing the Space Ghost ones, I had one for the direct edition trade paperback in here too.
Yeah. You're
there's
gonna have
two
to ask
covers. There's
Alex
the
about
Matina
that.
cover and the Cho cover, right? That's how it works, right?
JD Barry, what's up?
Just so nobody's confused, this
Right.
is a trade paperback. This one is a trade paperback, even though the other one I said TPD for some reason, and this one's the hardcover.
Gotcha. Thank you for pointing that out, Jay. I don't know which is which. Be kind of nice if I did, but so let me know if you're interested in one or another. I will find out for you.
I think Cho is the direct market edition. I think.
All right, so let's do. So Phil, do you want me to go through the back issues again? Just let me know, buddy. All right, so you know what? Let's do it real quick. All right, so the back issues of the night. We had Batman number 221 from 1970. Is the 3.0 qualified? The front cover and a few of the wraps are detached. Then we had Amazing Spider-Man number 126 from 1973, 7.5 to an 8.0. We had that for $25. Then Amazing Spider-Man number 139 to 6.0. We had that for $15. Then Amazing Spider-Man number 200. We had that for it's 6.0. We had that for $25. Then Amazing Spider-Man number 344. First appearance of Cletus Cassidy. It's a 9.0. We had that for $20. Then we had Captain America number 168 from 1973. It's 7.0. We had that for $25. Then Captain America number 185 from 1975. It's an 8.0. We have that for $8. Then we have Captain America number 208 from 1977. It's 6.5. We had that for $10. Then we had Captain America number 228 from 1978. It is a 7.5, and we had that for $4. Then we had Daredevil number 5 from 1964. It's a 5.0, and we have that for $75. Then we have Daredevil number 176 from 1981 is 7.0, and we have that for 20. Then we have a full set, Deadpool, The Circle Chase, all 4 issues from 1993. Grades range from 8.5 to a 9.2. We have that the whole set for 30, all 4 books. Then we have Fantastic Four number 74 from 1968. It's 3.0. We have that for 30. Then we've got Fantastic Four number 119 from 1971, 6.0. We have that for 15. Then we have Fantastic Four number 166. It's an 8.5, and we have that for 10. Then we had Fantastic Four number 185 from 1977, and it's 6.0, and we have for 10. All right, and then the 5 graded books, real quick. Oh, shoot, running out of time. Spider-Verse number 1, Walmart edition, CGC 9.4. We have this for 35. Then we have Uncanny X-Men number 164, CGC 9.2. Carol Danvers becomes binary. We have that for 50. Phil wants ASM 200. Gotcha,
there we go.
Phil.
Now I can stop being disappointed.
Phil. Hey, gotcha, Phil.
Jay, if you check your Facebook Messenger, I just sent you something that's Superman Mark related.
All right. So then we got Ghost Rider number 1, second print, CGC 9.2. First appearance, Dan Ketch as Ghost Rider. We have that for 60. Then Captain Marvel number 17, CGC. Hold on. You got it, Miguel. Hold on. Let me write that down there, buddy. Miguel.
Yeah, y'all need to be taking advantage of this no shipping thing tonight, for sure.
And also the mystery boxes, I believe, if I remember correctly, Rex said they were only 85 tonight. I don't know if Miguel.
Yeah, they are only 85, Miguel. So you're getting a super bargain now. All right, so 2.1. Gotcha, Miguel. You're good. All right, where I leave off? Ghost Rider, Captain Marvel number 17, CGC 9.6 for 35. And then Captain America number 1, CGC 9.8. A Death of Red Skull. It's really issue number 550. And we got that for 100. All right. So
I just sent Rex a picture. I just sent Jay a picture of it being explained to me that it's okay to embrace Superman Beyond Kingdom Come. I don't know if Jay will have time to put the picture up now, but I'll have to do it some other time.
All right.
The
So
person telling me to embrace Superman Beyond Kingdom Come is Mark Wade.
all right. So now so Robbie will be reviewing what was it again?
Double Impact.
Double Impact. Jean-Claude Van Damme
And
tonight.
December.
Link is in the chat. We'll be back. Cool, Miguel. I will be back on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern for more fun games. Yeah, I do, John Stout. These are the ones that are left. All right, so first off, we got Vampirella number 1 with Vampirella cover sketch by Kirstine Danica Lim. It's just a retail 150, and we have for 65. Then we have Avengers number 1 with Storm cover sketch by Tony Scott. It's just a retail of 150, and we have for 65. And then Transformers number 1 with the Optimus Prime cover sketch by Joe Delabiato and Mariano Nicieza. It's just a retail of 150, and we have for 65. And then Venom with Iceman cover sketch by Tracy Medina. It's just a retail of 150, and we have for 65.
Steve,
And
as much as I enjoy Jean-Claude Van Damme, RVD is sort of in a league of his own.
Are we talking about Rob Van Dam? Are we talking about Rob Van Dam right now?
Yep.
I mean, in the
And
ring,
John-
that guy's one of the greatest ever. Let's just say that,
And-
okay?
And John Stout, we also have a Cyber Monday special. If you get 2 cover sketches, you can get 2 for 100 as opposed to 65 a pop. All right,
I've
so
never
let me
seen
know,
a bad
John.
match, by the way, with RVD. Like he's technically one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen. He's great. Yeah. So good.
And he's still really good at like 50.
All right. So other than that, Nick will be back on Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern for the original art show. Did I forget anything?
Yeah, the giveaway.
The giveaway.
Yeah.
Good point. Jay, if you would, spin the wheel.
Yes. And I would just like to say that I got to throw AJ Styles in there as a GOAT too. So here we go. Good luck, everybody.
All right, here's hoping for Rob Van Dam for the win.
Sean Butler.
Butler. How about that?
Speaking of
Congrats, Sean.
Fill out the form, Sean.
Yeah, fill out the form, Sean.
Marcus, maybe one of my favorite signs ever. If Cena wins, we riot. I love that sign.
So glad to see everybody this Monday. Hope everyone recovered from their family on Thanksgiving. Robbie, thank you as always. John, thanks for finally showing up.
See you next month, everybody.
Maybe.
Rigged, nice.
So rigged. You're the one that runs it, dude.
Jay, here we use the term predetermined on the experience.
Well, he's the one that pushes the button. He's the one that spins the wheel.
He's still laughing at the picture I sent him.
Yeah, that too.
All right.
So real quick before we leave, after you get done watching movie night, obviously everybody should be watching that. Come back at 11 Eastern, 10 Central for Best Coast Comics. They were going to have a guest a couple weeks ago. The guest didn't pan out, but she's coming back this time. It's cosplayer Madam Blaster.
Oh, cool.
So that should be a really interesting show. So make sure you check it out.
Awesome.
Cosplayers are interesting interviews, man. They are not like cut from the same cloth as other people are. They've got weird and wild. I remember talking to Gracie on Twitter's comic chat, and I found out she's like a world-class professional baker. She's competed on Food Network.
You mentioned that.
Gracie, the cosplayer. And he's like, I just don't expect that. And she directed me to her page where she specializes in Star Wars cakes and stuff like that. And I was like, I was just surprised. I was also surprised talking to Rachel Holland. She is a hardcore black and white 70s magazine era fan. Like Warren, Curtis. I just don't meet a lot of people, especially her age.
Never know.
That are into that. So if you can grab a hold of a cosplayer, do an interview, you know.
That is correct, Sean. You got it, bud. All right. So on that note, have a good week, everyone. See you all Wednesday. Thank you, guys. Yeah, you can put in the claims with the Space Ghost. Yeah, that's fine, Sean. You don't need to send one. You don't need to send one for each book.
Robbie, don't you have that camera trick where they can be two Robbies for double impact?
Oh man, let's go. I should have thought about that. Get some optical effects going on. That'd be great.
Yeah, I was gonna say where it's like the two.
Hey Jay, what are you doing in an hour, Jay? You want to be faux Robbie for me?
All right.
We already got faux Robbie on there. Spilio Castle's going to be on the show, so yeah, it's already going to be like double impact. He's Alex.
So
I'm
it's
Chad.
going to be faux Robbie. I hide because obviously I can't pull off the face. I just hide my like food plaques, my food competition plaques. I'm the award winning Rob.
That's what AI is for, bud.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Thanks
have a good
for joining
week.
us, everybody.
See you Wednesday.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.